Dentists are trained to become dentists. What we are not really trained in is to become business owners. Today on Open Mic, we have the CEO of Oris Dental, Dr. Eirik Salvesen, who will share his experience in practice management and how he moved from a single practice into a dental service organization now close to 100 clinics. Curious? Stay with me on this one. I'm Dr. Christian Jarry, and you're watching Straumann Open Mic. Hi, Eirik. Welcome to Straumann Open Mic. It's a real pleasure to have you here again. From the many activities we have done, now we have Open Mic to check our boxes.
Chris, it's good to be here. An honor to be invited, and it's always fun to hang out together.
Thanks for coming. And the topic of today goes hand in hand with you. That's why, of course, you're here today, is from a dental chair to a dental chain. Your journey as a businessman while an active surgeon. That's a very interesting topic. Why is it? Because you know too well that dental schools, they prepare a very nice curricula to bring to the market new dentists, right? So we are very capable technically. But the moment we finish dental school, some clinicians, they stay in the academic world. Some will develop some consultancy work. But the great majority, they become a business owner. They open a practice and they become a business owner. And for this, nobody receives proper training at school. We have to learn all of a sudden about marketing, about human resources, about leading a team. And you have done this very well. You got out of dental school, you opened your business, and you became very successful. And not only that, you took to a different level as a dental service organization. And if not mistaken, you're getting to the clinic 80, 100?
Close to 100.
Tell us a little bit about your journey from the moment you got out of dental school, and how did you manage to get to this level, owning this many practices?
Now, I graduated in 1999, and I went straight into military service as a dentist in Norway, which is a good experience. And then I went straight out to private practice, which again in Norway is a choice. You go either into public service or you go into private practice. At that time, I joined what I would call a very innovative group practice with colleagues that already took a bold choice. They invested in building a large clinic, like a large at that time. This is close to 25 years ago. That was 500 square meters, 10 treatment rooms. It was, in Norway, it was huge. And that was a bold choice. And the way that group of my partners acted was very progressive in a way to grow a practice. And I joined that group and I developed an interest both for the clinical way, but along the way, I also realized that there's more than the hands-on clinical part of dentistry. I fell in love with the total picture of the patient journey, of all the small details that makes the big picture. And that's not, it doesn't happen overnight. It's something that evolves during your experience, your connection with other peers. And we kept in very close contact with other clinics in our country, where we had the same values, the same way of running a clinic, the same way of leading a team, the same way of motivating our employees, the same way of focusing on patient journey. And all of a sudden, or not kind of all of a sudden, but as a result, we realized that there's a golden mean in this. We were able to say that, hey, why not join forces? Why not put together what we know, share it, and share it openly, and maybe also doing it under one name? So either joining a DSO or actually creating a DSO for our own, because we wanted to be kind of behind the wheel, if you could say it in some way. We were very dentist-centric, as most of us are. We were kind of very interested in having us as professional doing all the decisions. And as you say, we quickly realized that we don't have the training to do all the specific details of running a business. We don't have any financial training. We are not educated in HR. We don't have marketing as part of our curriculum. And neither does any kind of leadership training in there. So joining forces and centralizing functions like HR and finance and marketing just opens up another world for us as dentists, because we were able to work more as dentists. We were able to focus more on the patient journey, on innovation and everything that we could do. And that just, it's a totally different world. We could let all the things that we basically are not trained for. And there's so many talented professional people in the other part of our business that can do those things much better than us, much more efficient than us, and with the quality level that puts us, our clinical quality is supposed to be extremely high, but the way of running a business, the way of treating people, taking care of your employees, doing quality driven practice development, how do you get time to do all that? Because most dentists, what I realized is most dentists that run their own business, they will always have the following answer to every question is, you have an employee approaching you and say, I got a good idea. If we did this, then maybe we could develop it. Most dentists will go, hey, that's a great idea. But I have a patient now. Let's talk about it next time we meet, right? And that's what dentistry has been about, as I see it. We haven't had time to put our minds together and shape the reality of what is a business development within dentistry. So that's basically our journey. And now, as running a DSO as we've been doing, which we have this by dentists, for dentists, and with dentists. And we are still in the controlling position of this. So nobody's taking a decision that's, in the treatment room as a dentist to have all the control. Good. But we will manage all the other tasks and all the other assignments that you have to do. You don't have to, don't worry about that. We'll take care of that. You make sure that that patient that you have in the room now is going to have the best treatment ever, and you're going to be attending to that patient. You're going to be there. You're going to be present at that time.
I often hear from clinicians, and you touched on this point in the beginning, that they don't want to get involved with the management side. So they just want to do best what they do best and let good professionals handle the other thing, human resources, marketing, that they don't want to touch at all. That's why they say joining a DSO, it was the smartest decision for my professional career. Is this how you see it too?
Short answer,
yep.
Yes. With more explanation, I think.
Okay.
No, but a short answer, yes. This is my daily life. This is how
you had to restart.
Yeah,
you
I
did
would
that.
Yeah, I would still do it again, but I would find a place where it does something about a value-driven personality, a value-driven DSO, a value-driven business, whatever. It needs to be you. Because this is not just handcrafting. It's something you put in. You mean, as a dentist, you have a fantastic opportunity to have an important function for your patients. And I think most clinicians or most dentists, most colleagues, they leave school, they open a practice. What they want to do is deliver the best treatment to their patients. They want to be the best dentist ever for their patients. And I think it is impossible to do everything perfect. It's impossible to run both the practice with the growth and also do all the management side perfect, because it's about this presence. It's about you have to be there. And I think if you do this, and still, I'm not saying that everybody needs to belong to a DSO but that's part of my world. I still respect very much so people that run their own clinics and do this, but I think they at least have to accept that it is challenging to do all these assignments. And if you are a dentist that would like to spend more time with your patients, would like to have more freedom, like to have more balance in your work-family life, yeah, that is a good thing. I still believe it. And I still, I wake up every morning and I still believe that I did the right choice. And I would still sell in this life to all the colleagues that I meet and to the practitioners that I try to acquire into our own group, which is a supportive environment for them.
And you just touched a very important topic, that all dental professionals want to deliver the best dental care possible. But now when we look at, instead of one, we're talking about 100 clinics. How do we ensure the quality dental care across all units? And how do you deploy this through education? How is your method?
No, but again, it comes back to the recent point about scalability. So if you believe that you will train all the dentists or make sure that quality is equal on all clinics, you will reach a peak and then you can't do more. So it all goes back to scalability. What we do, and I can't say that's the correct way of doing for everybody, but we care about quality so much that we develop our own academy, of course, which gives continuous education to all the staff, not only dentists, because that's the biggest mistake everybody does. It's just educating dentists. Why? Well, because dentists, they want to learn more. Well, who is more eager to have education is the rest of the staff at the clinic. All the dental hygienists, the nurses, the people that faces the patients in the reception, the people that does the management job, they need education. So if we continue to educate them, as we do through the Auras Academy, which is our way of doing it, which we put more resources in than we do with many of the other stuff that we do. Because I think that's basically what creates it. It's our DNA. That's the academy stuff has been there. And I think with dentistry, as with life, learning has no endpoint. And learning for a dentist and for practitioners or providers of dental treatment, how about learning about communication? How about learning about how to take care of a team? How about developing alternative ways of learning, which is basically more important than educating them more in how to put composite in a specific, layering technique and stuff? That's going to create, I think, a better solution for quality. And also, you have to measure this. So you can say that, we have quality. Everybody says we have the highest quality. How do you measure? How do you measure quality in dentistry? I've got one factor that I always measure, and which is again, back to our DNA. Are you happy as a patient with us? So a customer survey, which is done after each visit on each patient, so that we always can monitor the satisfaction level of our patients. That's basically one of the most important stuff. I know it's not stating the truth about quality. It's not stating if that composite or the implant was placed correctly, but it's also about the patient experience. So I think it's when you can measure stuff, when you can quantify stuff, that's always a way to keep track of the general satisfaction level at scalable amount of clinics.
Correct. Patients don't hand you over their mouth and come back later to pick them up,
No.
right? And they go through a full journey, reception, the dentist, the assistants, and all the way until the end. The whole patient journey is equally as important as the dental care itself.
It is. It's the total. It's the big picture. That's why it's so fascinating putting this into a system and making sure that we can repeat a good experience. It's what's done in other businesses. Why are we not doing it? This is because we do have this, and I know it's a danger zone to enter, but calling a patient a customer in medical part of our world is always challenging. But I still call them customers in a way that I'm not selling stuff to them, but I would like them to have a customer experience. I would like them to be welcomed. I would like them to experience a good ambience. I would like them to face a clean office. I would like them to be welcomed, professionally taken care of, given enough attention and being open enough to listen to their problem. That's something. We have surveys saying how many seconds do we as doctors listen to the patient before we start talking to them about their problems? Do you know the number of that one? 18 seconds. And that's an interesting fact. I mean, why do we keep telling them their problem? Let them talk. That's a customer experience. The time they hit the treatment chair, yes, they're patients. We're going to do the best ever treatment and the advice that we can get. We're not selling stuff. But the time they leave the chair again, they're customers. They're supposed to be taken as a customer experience against their customer service. There's going to be a smile. There's going to be everything that we can do for them. And we're even going to call them the next day and say, hey, we did surgery last night with you. How are you?
So the patient journey is reproduced in all clinics.
It needs to be.
They know how to do it exactly from point A to point B.
Well, it's not an exact science because you have new people coming in, you have new employees, you have new clinics, but it still is the word that is most repeated in our DNA and educational is a patient journey. It has a system, but it needs to be trained and it needs to be continually developed. And whatever we do good, whatever we're facing a situation where we feel that we're on a comfortable level on this specific issue, that's the point that we focus the most on. How to maintain what we're doing good and still keep on developing where we need to develop. But I think this is a thing in life also. It's with people. We're forgetting how can we maintain the level that we have on the things that we're doing good instead of just focusing on the things that we're going to do better.
That's the beauty of dentistry. No matter how successful you are commercially, we're people-oriented.
All the time. And we don't hire machines. We're not just putting oil and gas in them and making them produce anything. It's people. So it's a people-oriented business, which means that no matter what we do, what systems we have, it's all about people again. So it's about the team, it's about managing people, it's about motivating, it's about giving them a purpose of why do you go to work every day? What's the reason? And I think if you can create a purpose, most people will enjoy their job.
Everything starts with a why.
There's the why.
Eirik, I understand there are different business models within DSOs. There's one where a dentist is hired by a management organization, and the other one where an investment company acquires an established practice. Which one defined yours model? And honestly, why you chose that one?
No, but that's a dynamic journey. I would say it's always about where you start and where you end up. We started Oris with the 6 clinics with the saying, by dentist, for dentist, with dentist. And we were able to make sure that we had the centralized function of the management to ensure that we could, share also the best practice amongst these clinics. But that hit what we found to be a nerve in the market that also increased the speed of growth. And as you grow, you need funding because we own all clinics. 100%. We have no part ownership in a local clinic or anything. We would like them to be part of the total company 100%. So that's our business model. Along the way, when you need funding, you can either go to the bank, we went to an investment company. And the first time we did that was in 2018. We made one investment company by a minority share of us at that time. And then we continued the development. We grew even more. We were able to ramp up kind of the speed of growth. We thought we had an idea, and we did so. And then back in 2020, we again invited another investment company in to buy a majority stake of the company. We still control close to 40% of the company, but that has been the way that we developed it. And now you say that there's the model of an investment company acquiring a clinic. Yeah, well, I'm part of that investment company, but I'm a dentist. But we as a DSO, we acquire clinics. We take them in, we try to help them, we develop them, we continuously educate them, and we try to make them even more professional than what they were before. And I think is a good thing. And we will always keep that in mind that this is dentist-centric. It's going to be driven by professional quality.
Okay, sell me this pen section. I'm a young clinician. Give me 3 reasons why I should consider joining a dental service organization, maybe Oris Dental.
3 ones? Only 3 ones? Okay. You'll have the support to ensure that you can have excellent patient care. You'll be part of a team that backs you, that always is there for you when you have your ups and downs and ensures that you're part of a family that takes care of you no matter what. third, you'll be able to invest in technology and procurement that will ensure that whatever we do of dentistry, it's designed with the patient in mind.
Eirik, I really appreciate your coming to Basel, sharing your important insights and your expertise on a dental service organization, how it's the model of a dental service organization. I'm pretty sure that any clinician considering whether to open a business or joining a DSO will benefit graciously from your insights. Thanks for coming.
Thank you again for inviting me. It's been a pleasure.
And if you're interested to learn more about practice management, here's a tip for you. The ITI and IMD have partnered and created a very comprehensive program to really help clinicians to make better practice management decisions. The link to this course will be right in the description of this video. Click and benefit from it. Thank you very much for your precious time, and we see each other in the next episode of Straumann Open Mic.